Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome to Through the Tomes, a journey through Dungeons and Dragons with a group of trustworthy, trusting, patient, understanding friends and party, being guided by an amateur DM through his first campaign of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm PD Rave, the amateur DM in question. Here with me is my team, my party, my squad. We have playing Wind and Summer, Daisy.
Hi, everybody.
Playing Toby Underborough, we've got Brett.
Roof report for tonight. The roof is closed. The roof is closed. Don't have to bring a windbreaker.
Yep. The roof is on fire. We've got playing Lucius Zanero. We've got Matt.
My roof is also closed. I am happy to report.
Yes. And last but not least, playing Solero Italian, we've got Drew.
I finally had a joke. I was going to do Roof is on fire, and you ruined it.
Yeah, you know, that's
Bloodhound Gang references in 2021.
Yes. You know what they say?
My name is Jimmy Pop. I'm a dumb white guy.
I've got if I'm known as anything, that is the joke ruiner. Here we are, hanging out. Gonna do some Dungeons and Dragons. Still doing that thing. So a couple of things. Couple shout outs. Still gonna shout out the fact that we're in the world of Wildmount. So we're kind of be pulling from the source material of the Explorer's Guide to Wildmount as part of it, shouting out the resources that we use. Be sure to check it out. Go find it by checking out Wizards of the Coast website to find where you can find it at a local bookstore. Support your local bookstore, comic shop, game shop the best you can. You can probably even order from there to pick up. Who knows? They may even have curbside pickup depending on the place. But yeah, go check that out. Explorer's Guide to Wildmount. Couple other things. Of course, Griffin's Saddlebag is where we get our magic items. Be sure to check out their Patreon. They make every weekday. They release a brand new homebrew item. All kinds of different ideas, different setting compatible, cool stuff. From common knickknacks to legendary artifacts and everywhere in between. Yes, exactly. Really fun stuff worth checking out. Go to check out Griffin's Saddlebag on Patreon. Also be sure to keep an eye out. I'm excited for Dungeon Master Dave is coming out with a Kickstarter in May for the official guidebook for the compendium guidebook for the guide to Omeria, which is the world for a lot of his adventures. It's called Pexi's Guide to Omeria, and it's going to be like his book for his campaign setting, or their book for the campaign setting, and they're launching a Kickstarter in May for it. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of stuff they have in there. It's going to probably be full of all the different character options and different optional races and things like that, and adventure ideas. So keep an eye out for that. I'll probably be shining it out later on. Plus, on the Kickstarter, they're also going to have one of the big full the Hand of the Eight book, which is going to be all the adventures of the Hand of the Eight series, which we started a little bit, but haven't gone back to, but they haven't found those moments yet. But who knows? We might be following up on those adventures. Yeah, keep an eye out for that. That's most of the shout outs. Try to get through those quick because we're in a time crunch. Quick recap. Of course, our adventurers have been through a lot, comparatively speaking, compared to their previous lives. But most recently, they were on a quest on a hunt, on a treasure hunt, following, kind of tagging along with the Wave Chaser after the crew there, whisked them off to safety from the sinking Flora Isle. They agreed to go back to Palma Flora and Flora Isle to retrieve an artifact and deal with the Sahwajin there. There was a lot of back and forth. There was the Celesso like attack on the ship, trying to apprehend the captain, Three Earrings. There was some conversations back and forth, some revelations, some piratical offerings and things like that. There was a fight with the Sahwajin chief that was more than harrowing, to say the least. But they came out of it a little worse for wear, but luckily no one dead.
I came close.
Yes. They retrieved the artifact. They gave it to Three Earrings, and they were able to take it to Dark Toe and get it sold. They politely declined her invitation to be part of the crew of the Wave Chaser. So in turn, she rode them back to Port Damali, where they went back and double checked on the Cobalt Soul Library, the archive,
literature,
of Cobalt Soul.
folks.
Yeah. To check up on things. Summer met her sparring partner from her first tryout. Heard some encouraging words from him. And he let her know that he knows a few friends that could even help her out with studying. He has a study group that we may meet in the near future. And they mostly spend their day kind of like researching, learning things about music. Tobal learns a few things about music. I believe everybody kind of learned a little bit of this as they could. Solero had a tougher time, but otherwise everything kind of went pretty well. Summer also found out a few things about the artifact from her village, and also let the archivist of the Cobalt Soul know about it. And they said that they were going to send somebody out to the village to learn a little bit more about it. Yeah, that was how they spent their day and evening. Yeah, now you kind of like, it's getting relatively late and you start to file out. So what do you guys do? You guys do it's evening. You have Port Damali. You have a nice night, like twilight overhead. You're in the Gilded Esplanade, or Esplanade. I don't know how you pronounce that. So you're among the kind of like the higher end mercantile folk, and there's a lot of streets of like entertainers and performers, and you kind of remember as this was like the main place you guys got your bigger, that little time where Summer and Toby were in Port Damali for a while. You all know that you had, so this was like a main place to like try to at least get yourself seen and perform. But yeah, you're around here. Pull up the gazetteer to make sure I have my guys here, so I have all the information in front of me. And yeah, so for the down south would be the Larboard Light, which would be the dockside area. The dockside district would be a tier down, and for the south, you have the crescents, and you have all the different areas. what would you like to do?
I think
I propose that we find like an inn and maybe see if there's an opportunity to play and make a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Or get a discounted room or something.
yeah, it's definitely approaching dinner time.
You know of
Guys?
you know
There's a whole
if
lot of
Get
money that we
somewhere.
can spend, guys. Like I'm a walking Brinks truck over here,
yeah.
and it's not my money. A lot of it. So
We can always split it up at some
I
point
feel
too.
like at this point, if there's something that you want bad enough, and the community chest is fat.
So you know of a
But
couple
this
of places.
yeah.
You know of a couple of places that you pretty reliably play at. In here, around the Gilded Esplanade, you know of at least one really nice nice little tavern and inn in the closer to the docks, which has a really nice crowd and has some comfortable rooms. Like a couple, like I said, that place in the dock. You know that there's a couple of places in the Golden Esplanade, which are nice. A little bit higher cost as far as like rooms, but good places to play. A different crowd. And so you can kind of go with like a place on the docks. It was one of your favorite places was the Grateful Sailor, which is was a nice crowd, comfortable place. Pretty rowdy, but not but mostly harmless. A little rambunctious crowd, mostly harmless. There's the occasional fight and dust up, but not a dangerous crowd.
I
We are the
propose
dangerous crowd.
that we treat ourselves. Treat yourself, everybody, because we had a heck of an adventure, and most of us almost died, and got kind of scary there for a little bit.
Yeah, I could go for a really nice bed.
Yeah.
One that we don't have to play music for.
Yeah.
You just pay for.
That's also an option. We have the
Hold on.
community chest.
If this is a nicer inn, do they allow goats?
Uh-oh.
Well,
you can
how
always
about
do
you? How about we find out?
One of the there's a couple places, but one of the nicer places was the Loving Spoon Pub, which is a little bit more of the more central Gilded Esplanade. You guys are a little bit more in the closer to the west, closer to the Skyport and all those places. You're in the library, but it's like somewhere in the central. There's another place. I come up with a name, but another place further to the east. But you know that the Loving Spoon Pub has
Loving Spoon Pub.
I mean, hey.
Yeah. And it's gonna have some nice places to stay.
We gotta go to the Loving Spoon.
Yeah.
The name says it all.
A little spoonful.
The Loving Spoon Inn.
Spoonful.
Yeah. So you guys make your way over to kind of more central Gilded Esplanade, kind of walking a little bit the paths going going east southeast, as it were, kind of a bit winding paths. Toby and Summer kind of guiding the way, as you guys were the ones that have spent a little bit of time here in here in Port Damali. And so you know your way around. And that take you guys too long to find it, and you walk in. It's a beautiful building, nice structure, like with red roof, as you can see on most of the buildings on the map that I provide you guys. Couple stories tall, but pretty nice wide building. With a sign that says the loving spoonful, loving spoonful, loving spoon.
We did it.
We did it.
Yeah, there we go.
Wait. Clarify. What's the name of this place?
The Loving Spoon Pub.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Definitely not the loving spoonful.
Yeah.
I mean,
with two people appearing to play Vox Continental organs.
Yes.
Without hearing.
Yes. Yeah, you walk in. It's a nice, comfy pub area. There's seating. There's nice, expensive seating. Booze, tables. It's a pretty kind of like nice wide area with mostly like tables in the center. From the entrance, it's like most of it is to your left from the entrance, a little bit to your right. A lot of like nice spacious seating, booze further in the back, and towards kind of like the front to the left of you. Do you guys find a place to sit?
Yeah. Or I guess we should.
I just want to hide in the back.
booth.
Yeah. Booth and maybe
Chavo
a
just
room.
walking right into.
Hey,
And then I guess
do they serve their kind here?
Welcome to the Loving Spoon. I'll be right with you. And then you guys walk in. A few more people behind you go. I was like, "Welcome to the Loving Spoon. We'll be right with you." And then like you hear that a few times. I was like, people kind of come in. There's a nice crowd, but there's a few. You find a booth available, and you sit down. And then like a waiter comes out. A young waiter, a young tiefling, kind of like rose colored tiefling, some like with like pretty demure horns, which kind of like perky attitude. Looks like she's like in her like late teens. Hello there. Welcome to she kind of approaches her. Welcome to the Loving Spoon. My name's Holly. How can I help you? What can I provide you? Would you like any drinks? Looking to eat tonight?
Hard liquor
And
a water.
Have,
in
I'll
that
have
order.
A Florian latte.
Is that a space trucking joke?
No,
Okay.
I'm making up a hot beverage.
Okay.
No cappuccinos after.
It's I'm sure there's brown sugar around here.
Okay, we can whip you up. We have some espresso at the ready.
Something warm and comforting.
Yes. So coffee.
I got almost underwater murdered recently.
3 times or so.
I will have an ale.
Ale.
Yummy.
A nice Would you like a mug for yourself? Would you like a gallon to share with the table?
What do you think, boys? Anyone else drinking beer?
I'll probably have an ale or two.
What do you have in there, Mort?
I'll take an ale.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's just get the gallon for the table.
Okay, 1 gallon for the table. A nice cup of coffee.
Just imagining like a milk jug full of beer.
Yeah.
Some sort of dark liquor for me.
Yes.
But I already have a whole half. They come in pints.
Yes.
Thinking of my halfling self holding a big old mug of like a big old latte. A cappuccino is like size. Yeah.
And do you have anything on special, like dinner wise tonight?
Well, we've got tonight. Yes, we've got a really nice like a clam bake, like an oyster stew.
Sweet.
That would be special. We got a really nice influx of some really nice oysters. That we kind of include with like our usual fish stock, and it pairs really well. You'd be surprised how well it works. It's a nice hearty meal.
I want beef. I want my turf and turf.
Yeah, it was kind of seafooded out.
You don't want a boulabas. You don't want like those seaside cows. We're gonna be paying extra for tonight's meal.
Want some crispy chicken tenders. Some nice honey mustard sauce.
I would like if you don't mind, I would like some crunchy greens, like a nice salad, something, or just give me like something just that big and crunchy. It's like, all right, honey.
I also, can we get a cheese and meats tray? Perhaps some melon to go with our pal over here.
Yeah. That sounds wonderful. Got that going. Alright, so
Order some hay for Chavo.
That's right. And I don't know what pseudo dragons eat, but he'd be feasting.
He usually just kind of like whatever I got extra, I give him some. He's a tiny little guy, so he doesn't take much.
All right.
So dragons are carnivores.
We have successfully eaten or gotten to where we're going to eat.
Successfully ordered.
Yeah.
Pseudo dragons also enjoy butter, cheese, and fish.
Yeah.
They eat like bugs and snakes and rodents.
Who doesn't enjoy butter though?
The cheese.
Yeah. All right. So gallon is 2. Darn it. Let's see.
We're gonna feed Chavo a tin can. What are?
I'm gonna say it's 5 comfortable meals. That's 20. Okay, so that'll be and then as you order, that runs you, I would say, comfortably with all the extra stuff, 4 gold total.
I got it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a major. You're like bit of a rough estimate. Four gold. So as you kind of like sit there, and like the first thing obviously that comes out is your drinks. You do get a couple waters. You get your nice gallon. It comes on in a neat little like a replica like a cask, but like table sized, with like a little like
Cute.
We're getting
tap.
the Heineken mini keg.
Yeah, you get a little cask that they have for you guys, and they bring it out, and everybody gets appropriate cups, and you get everything set up on the table. The table obviously is at a perfect height where it's just like a little like the chair and the table are in a place where everybody kind of, you're at different heights relative to yourself, but you're all comfortable. So like it's like so the halflings is up here, to everybody else is kind of maybe at your gut, but you just have to kind of like bend down a little bit. But that like relative to your chair, it's all comfortable. Yeah, because it's built for all kinds of clientele, especially halflings and humans. Like as you know, the population like has everything from halfling to tiefling. So there's they accommodate all types. Yeah, you guys get your drinks.
I down my shot immediately before starting on the beer.
Yeah,
Good old Boilermaker.
Yes.
Whiskey
You
before
drank
beer. You're all
one
clear.
beer in one place.
Beer before whiskey is awful risky.
Yes, thank you, Dad.
Yeah, I heard that from your dad.
Yeah, welcome to everybody in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you guys sit there and kind of enjoy the moment. There's like chatter and like there's, you do notice, you remember, you immediately as soon as you hear a little bit of music, you immediately like turn to where you remember the stage being. Because you guys have been here, you remember this place, and you see somebody's up there playing, a nice little band of folk playing music, and people are dancing and enjoying. It's a nice atmosphere. It's a nice.
Still playing Wagon Wheel.
Yeah.
God, don't do this to me.
And
It's a third cover.
That's the third
Yes.
cover of Wagon Wheel I've heard.
And
Yes.
somehow they still bring up the other two singers from the other two covers.
Yes. But it is, it is a nice night, and you kind of sit there reflecting on like, and like it's just relief, just kind of covers over you. It's like, especially as the food starts coming out, as you get some food in your belly. There's a nice amount of beef, like the meats and cheeses, and you each get like your own nice meal of like you get your own like stew. There's also a few like plates of like chopped up like sirloin beef, just nice seared, nothing major, just like
Nice.
comfortable little chunks of meat, like, but they're nicely seared, and they're pretty nicely seasoned. Nothing major. They're not like, this isn't at the meal at the Four Seasons, but it's like it's just good. It's just good, good comfortable cooking. You can remember this is you're not at the Crescents. You're not at the Crescents, which you guys have never really gotten a chance to be at. That's where the nobles and the rich folk are at. But this is where the merchants are, and a little bit more. They live somewhat extravagantly, but not too much. So you get a really nice meal here. Yeah. Well, what do you guys do, say, talk about?
I'm glad to not be on a
Sorry, I
ship
can't
for the
hear
first
you
time in
over
like
the
what?
band.
Oh yeah. Glad to not be on a ship.
Could see Brett waiting for that one.
Yeah.
What?
There you go. Huh? Sorry.
Oh, Lucius takes the opportunity to use his is it telepathy? Yeah, he speaks telepathically instead, so he doesn't have to strain his voice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unfortunately, you can't reply that way.
Yeah.
fancy.
He is into this, and this is. And he was like, "Oh," and he's done this before, and he's always said, "Oh, it's druid stuff."
Yeah.
Like, oh,
I mean, that hurdy-gurdy cuts through the mix like crazy. I just,
yeah.
Place.
keep cranking.
And like,
Wish the Kirkitons would get back together just to do ska with a hurdy-gurdy.
Crumb horns? Hurdy-gurdies?
So, I don't know what's. It was a fun adventure, but I don't know how long I can stand to be in the city.
I don't think the pirate's life is for me, guys. Maybe we should avoid boats for a bit.
Hmm.
We've had some bad boat-based incidents.
yeah, I
Depends on
think
what you mean by bad.
I think a good comfy nights in an inn could do us some good. And we're gonna be traveling. I like some ground on my feet.
I mean,
Pads.
I would be more than happy to do some staying in an inn, like right before not staying in an inn for a long time. some sword and sorcery bullshit. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Some
Being
not
able to
bribing
sleep.
seals to save us from death.
Yes.
Not bobbing up and down while sleeping would be nice. I will admit to that.
Not
matter
being a
how
pirate
fat-
accidentally.
No matter how fat our stacks currently.
Well, we could probably find some things to do in the city, but yeah, I'm hopeful we can get some.
Mortal, we're
adventure.
trying to ruin your plans. No. Yeah, sure.
But yeah, we can find some adventure. That would be nice.
But before we adventure, like, again, I will remind you guys, we're sitting pretty fat.
Yeah.
How fat are we? I'm talking
How
over
fat?
1,000 gold.
Well, no one can hear you over the bar noise anyway. It's okay.
If I was going to sit here and do the math on how much that weighs, I would stop playing D&D at that point. No, that's not fun. I do not want to be encumbered.
Shall we visit a bank? Shall we
I
invest?
need to like, yes, into gym futures.
Yes.
Double our income.
Yeah.
Should we buy a house here?
Yeah, let's invest in real estate with our winnings. Like that's the adventurer's life.
We'll come home to squatters.
Non-fungible fantasy.
Yeah,
token.
yes, I've got this JPEG, but it's a one of a kind JPEG. Magic beans.
Yeah. You guys discussed that.
Have the mortal wing of the library. For tax purposes, we under.
Curious, are we splurging and we're all getting our own rooms tonight? Or are we still sharing rooms? What do you guys think?
That's up to you.
I
You
don't
got your
know.
own wallet.
Because there's 5 of us.
We didn't block the room out for this adventuring party. I'm sure that
Do
we
you
can-
guys ask about available rooms?
Yeah.
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 I'm not going to assume I'm going to end up in someone else's.
Yeah, you when Molly
Not in
comes
this
back
condition.
around, you ask her about the rooms, or Molly comes back around as you wave her. Like, oh, well,
Yo, you got any rooms?
Yes. Let me check the ledger. I'll be right back. And goes
Okay.
over. Yes, we have at the moment 3 rooms for the night available and open. If you guys don't mind, a couple of you guys sharing. Tomorrow we might have more. We'll have to see as they become available. But for tonight, we do have 3 rooms. There for a night, it's 8 silver piece a room. Yeah. Oh wait, no.
Wow.
Let me forget.
It's gonna break the bank, everybody.
It's sorry, I forgot this is a different place. 2 gold pieces. I was looking at the wrong thing. It's just 2 gold pieces for the night for each room.
Done.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Are we doing 2 rooms or 3 rooms?
We're gonna get 3 rooms.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful. I'll bring over the keys for you. So yeah, whoever's managing the finances.
I got it.
No.
Wait, did you say 3?
Yeah.
3 rooms.
There are 5 of us with mortal.
Yeah.
And a pseudo dragon and a goat.
Yeah.
And more for Chavo, and you were able to remember that they have stables. They can hold them up and
Suite.
yeah.
Yeah.
With some, so they're able to kind of keep them parked
Some
in the
people
stable.
say that Amaji is this sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And Pseudo's, nobody notices, nobody asks or says anything about Pseudo Dragon because whenever anybody approaches, he hides behind Mortal. So he's like, he doesn't trust people.
That's fair.
So they don't ever.
I mean, after what he's been through, I wouldn't trust people either.
Yeah, you guys got your keys for the rooms. You pay for that. So,
Bathing facilities in this establishment.
Find you a Geralt bucket, like one of those things.
Need another summer bath and beer moment.
yeah, it's just they have baths. They usually open them up in the morning. Kind of like start your day with a bath, but
what if I wouldn't end my day with a bath? They've taken that from
What if
me.
I told them that their bedding would be a lot cleaner if they
That's fine. That's fine.
that works? I mean,
yeah. So
on this episode, we are in town, and we're gonna the most town. We're gonna D&D time in town transactions.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So, do you guys do anything else before you call it a night? Or?
Just hang out, enjoy the music. Just enjoy being for a moment.
I'll go ahead and slip out at some point to take my nightly walk. Like once others start going to bed.
Your evening constitutional.
Yes.
Get a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
The druid equivalent of powdering your nose, but getting a breath of fresh air.
Having a conversation with Johnny Green Pants and Panama Red.
Yeah.
Panama Red.
Yeah, and you guys do that. You guys are slowly, as you kind of usually do, one at a time, kind of like find your setup, find your time to kind of like call it a night. At some point, obviously, Lucius kind of steps away, and does his walking. you do a bit of walking around. It's definitely a new experience. This is a new experience because you haven't been to Port Damali. You've been around a lot of different towns and villages around the Menagerie Coast, but Port Damali is a new experience, and it is a fascinating bigger city, like this big city experience. If I remember correctly, yeah. And
Yeah.
everything from the fact that like the walking on the seats, the fact that walking along like the prison paths, the fact that this roads are like the main roads are made of like smooth multicolored stones that you see like from around like you would imagine like a that washes up like an ocean shore. They just kind of that's what lines the streets, and it's just like this like visual and these like these gorgeous buildings like I think they're good visual comes from the book. And right now it's not as lively as it is usually during the day, but there are people out and about. And you can usually people can like either heading home, finishing up their night. A few drunks stumbling about. Occasionally you see down on an alley. See some people, the occasional drunk, relieving themselves in an alley. It's like, not quite aiming right.
Of course.
You see couples entwined walking down the street, enjoying each other's company, enjoying the views. You just see people of all races, all genders, just kind of like just the kind of tapestry of humanity and peoplehood in the Menagerie Coast. At night, there's just like the like 6th Street at night kind of feeling of Port Damali, like
gotcha.
A little bit more liveliness. It makes you kind of colors the thoughts of your walk. Yeah. However you like.
I'm sure that's the only thing coloring the thoughts of his walk.
Yeah, remind me where on the map, like ish.
So
I'm probably in.
So like if you see where like you can it's not labeled, but you can kind of like see where each district kind of is, kind of the just from the architecture. You're that sliver that is like red buildings in between like the central one, the central peanut of like super big buildings and the extension of the dockside area. And that one, and closer to like I would say the west of the biggest one that you see in the center. Just in those areas, just in those streets and alleyways, just kind of like wandering about, roughly in that area.
Right. Okay. Cool.
You ever done lycanthropy? Oh, weed.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'll kind of. Oh wow, that's very big. Miles? That doesn't seem right. The legend at the bottom
All that.
says about 1 inch is 750 miles.
No, I think it's feet.
Raw.
Right? Or
That would make a little more sense.
Yeah.
Wow. Those are big boats.
7.5 miles.
I know. It's like,
Oh my gosh.
how long would it take me to get to the edge? Oh, that's too many miles. Wait,
That's
miles?
math. Errata.
Yeah, I will. I'll kind of
few
make my
miles.
way to the 2 miles.
Like it's a few miles wide. Like it is still a
Okay.
fairly sizable city. It's not 750 miles
Right.
per inch. Like, but like it,
Mega City 1.
Yeah, I'll kind of make my way to the like follow that road to the edge and just kind of walk along the west side of the town a little bit before just turning around and going back to the inn.
it's just a nice comfortable walk. Yeah, and then y'all kind of like one by one can like find your rooms. I don't know how who's rooming with who and who has their own room.
Hey, Mortal. I think Toby's gonna offer Mortal.
Oh,
His own room.
Yes, because he's the alarm clock.
I mean, if you
He
like,
has to get up to get basked.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that would be
I think-
nice. I mean, so I don't wake anybody.
Yeah, I think what we had been doing was working, which was I think Toby and Solero and Lucius and Summer and Mortal on his own.
I go to our room and meditate while you're out doing your walk, and then
Okay.
about the time I'm finished is when you always come in. Is what I imagine happens.
Yeah, usually. Yeah, you guys have your nice meditation.
I sleep.
Real shit. But yeah, you guys are comfortable. Have a really nice, comfortable night's sleep. It's just nice to be back in town, back in a real bed. As much as you can kind of like, you can handle a cot on a ship or a hammock like swinging on a ship. It's a little bit. It's just so much nicer to be on dry land in a real bed. Yeah. So
Back support,
yes.
much needed.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah. So you guys have your morning. Shortly before you like fully wake up, obviously you hear the familiar light stomps of Mortal coming out for his best. He tries his best, but he's not very stealthy.
No.
But
I think Lucius wakes soon afterward.
yeah, you guys do your thing.
Summer doesn't want to get out of bed. Lays there for like 10 more minutes before being like, no.
When
I
you
wanna go
wake
get a
up,
bath.
you do the thing where you stretch one way and then you stretch the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Gotta get up to go get that bath.
Mm,
Sounds so nice.
that
Brush
does
up my
sound
fur.
good.
Yeah.
This place isn't expensive, and we all get our own baths.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Like the community tub.
Yeah.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, and you ask downstairs, and it's It's a gold piece for each person. Nothing major.
What?
Wow.
Inflation, am I right?
Lucius fucks off to find a river to jump in.
There's the sea.
But
There's some fresh water.
I will pay that out of my own purse. That's fine.
But that gets you like you get your own tub for the bath and all the soap and cleaning supplies you need and
1 troy ounce of bath.
Yes, and and a communal like spa area for like toweling, like heating off and things like that. It's the full Jim Jibang.
Is somebody over there with their eggs in one of the baths, like
you get
soft boiling them?
Yeah, soft boiled eggs over the. You get soft boiled eggs and tea.
Yes.
What is this a reference to?
No, that's a thing. That's a
Korean
thing.
day. I'm just like referencing Korean day spas. Like,
that's
everybody has
like a friend of mine I think experienced.
Yeah. You get your towel and you can like turn it into a lamb's head thing and you have to wear that on your head as you dry off.
Okay, that's cooler than what I was imagining. I just wait until like Mortal gets the fish to like eat his feet skin.
Oh yeah,
like the whole spa treatment for a gold.
Okay, if there's that, Lucius, like he starts to walk out and then he hears the details and he's like, yeah, we'll do it.
I had to Google this to find out what you're talking about. All right, yeah, that's what I imagined.
Korean
it's like little, like Princess Leia buns.
Yeah, you get a little Princess Leia buns out of your towel. I've done it. Because I find for some reason, if you find like the instructions, I find that easier to like wrap my head around than trying to do a turban sometimes. So I just do that when I want to like have. I don't know what it is. It's just like the structural integrity. I don't know. I've never tried to do like a turban in my head, but like I'll just do that. It's just fold lengthwise in thirds, and then just kind of like coil the ends.
I'm looking at it. Sure.
I just tie my hair in an old Grateful Dead t-shirt. Colorful side out.
Yes.
Yep. That's the way to do it. 100% cotton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Gotta do that plot.
Yeah. All Mortal needs is some dust and some basking.
Dust.
You have your mornings. You have your usual breakfast, which will count as your lifestyle. As your lifestyle cost for the day. Yeah, and then you kind of like greet the day. I don't know at what point Toby and Soltero get up.
I'll get up around the time Mortal starts stirring. So I will have been up and breaking my fast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a quick shower first, but then I will join Toby.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day. This would be good corporate walk-on music.
Yeah, and then you guys have your morning. So as you kind of eventually all walk out into the air, Mortal kind of joins you. Mortal joins you guys. It's just it's a brisk day. There's a lot of activity. There's a lot of you see vendors all throughout the streets. people walking back and forth. You see performers on like a bunch of different corners, various troubadours and performers and buskers, like at various corners playing tunes for tips. The usual, as you remember. The air is brisk. It's been the next day since
brisk,
you arrived.
baby.
Yes. The next day. It's also for point of reference, just so you guys have. I keep forgetting to like give you point of references day wise of the year. It is officially. Let me go back to the sources. I forgot the name, but it is the next month after Ondalar. Not Eberron.
Yes. Yo,
We're
there's
not
these
in
rocks
Eberron.
falling from the sky.
It is Brusendar the 14th.
All right. How do you spell that?
Well, it's if you go into the source book, if you go into D&D Beyond Sources and Explorer's Guide to Wallmount, it's under calendar and time.
Oh, okay.
So it's BRUSSENDAR, and it gives you all the months and the days. I just thought it'd remind you guys like where you were at. You can even see like some of the holidays, just so you have like a point of reference. Yeah, it's the month of Brusendar. It is the 14th day.
Oh, midsummer.
Yeah, still in the middle of the summer.
What is this celestial body above the planet? Is waxing gibbous?
There should be, if I remember correctly, should be, because it's halfway through the month. Like when it was around Zenith, it was gone. It was, but it was new moon, so it should be getting closer around full moon time for him.
Huh. Funny things happen when there's a full moon in the middle of summer.
Oh yeah. But right now you don't. Obviously, right now it's daytime, and yeah, obviously, obviously.
The more we say obviously, the less sure of it I am.
Obviously.
Like this, it's old semantic satiation.
Apparently.
Yeah. If you want to listen to a song that like puts semantic satiation into practice, "Little Things" by Bush. On top of the fact that you're hearing little by an Englishman being stylized, so the amount of times you hear "little" and it just like in repetition, you just loses all meaning. Cause it's like little.
Oh no.
Road.
Yeah. You're taking in the brisk air. It's just a beautiful sight, and you hear a familiar voice, like a familiar softer voice. And, oh, summer, oh, summer. And it burns up, and you see a little bit in the distance. You see Berlin Tidebear. Like,
my God, I can't shake this dude. I say that in my head.
Wow.
Hey, Berlin.
Hey. Wow, it's funny that I was ran into you today. Oh,
good, yeah.
Wonderful. How have you guys been? It's been a couple of weeks, so you hadn't seen you guys. Well, how have you been?
Yeah, we've been doing okay. I mean, we're all still around, still kicking it.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes. You all seem a little healthy, and well, and I still see Mortal looking fantastic. You guys are looking well. I remember. Um, Darren Malik. He asked the he expected to hear back sooner. He asked if I'd saw you guys to see him down at the docks. Um, I don't know, but I think he just wanted to see you guys and make sure you guys were okay and check in on you guys. We could head over there. I was gonna see him myself because he was gonna head off later tonight. Bring some more supplies back to Palma Flora. If you guys want to join me.
Ang, what do you think?
Sure.
Wonderful. You guys start to walk your way. Kind of like you guys have talks and talk along the way. It's like, and presumably you ask about him, and he says like, well, I think even just unprompted is like, well, I've been kind of spending some time here in the temple of Pelor. We have the wonderful I forget what it's called, the sun. Okay. I had all of this written down, and ready, and then I forgot to hit save.
Oh no!
But this is I can find it easily. Luckily, it's the exact name of the temple here for. Okay. Oh yeah, the Sunfall Sanctuary. I've been spending time with the people out there, and the clerics there, and reconnecting with some people, with some old friends and old compatriots, and it's been nice. It's been a nice respite. I've actually been thinking about settling back down here in Portamale. Like let the temple over in Palma Flora be run by my successors and by my apprentices. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a nice couple of weeks. So he kind of like was walking his little like dwarven feet, walking along. So have you been able to revisit the Cobalt Soul?
We went back yesterday, and we did some studying, just checking out some books, sharing some knowledge. But I have not tried again to get back in, try to get my foot in the door with the club.
I hope it goes well for you. It's going to be a big part of your training, and I think it'll do great for the type of training you'll want. That style, I think they're going to be a good home for you and your curiosity. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I got some good feedback last night from one of the initiates who sparred with me at my last challenge, but he gave me some good feedback.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Yes, well, that's wonderful here. So you guys keep walking. Yeah, it just takes you a little bit of time because you guys remember the path back down to the docks. And you go. He leads you down to where where Darren Malik's boat is, his ship is parked. You kind of walk up, and you do notice that Darren is kind of like speaking to a woman with like long, like reddish brown hair, deeper color to the complexion and tanned. They kind of seem to be having they're kind of just talking things over as you kind of like slowly approach. You kind of hear as you approach and you walk up and you hear her say, "Well, I'm just not sure. Yeah, Dad made this all really look. My dad made it all look so easy to do. This is with dealing with the revelry, now dealing with the myriad. People are now getting the feeling, the impression that the myriad run this city. I'm supposed to be the leader here. I'm just not sure. Let me get this name right. Okay. Alessia, and Diana kind of pipes in like, Alessia, I've been watching you do this outside of here, and I think you're going to be okay. I think you're being a little bit too hard on yourself. You know that I know that of you. You know that I'm being honest in that. Yeah, Darren. I mean, you know me. You knew me. You knew me when I was a little boy. Like, yeah, I knew you when you were a little girl, and I watched you become the strong, capable woman you are now. You know, I believe in you. Your family believes in you. I'm sure enough of the Clovis Concord that matters believes in you. You can believe in yourself. That's going to be the next step. Yeah. It's going to be. Now with just one more thing after the other, but I hope I can believe in me too, as much as you do. Alright, come on. Let's it. Come
Insane.
On. Oh. Come here. And like he kind of holds his arms out. It's like, alright, fine. He kind of like brings her up with like a hug. She's like, touches him, just like taps him at back. Like, okay. Not so much like not wanting to hug, but like she's still like being hard on herself and yeah. And Darren finally joins and notices you all. And is like, oh, hello, adventurers. Well, nice to see you, Berlin. Thank you finally found them. Yes. I just happened to just somehow ran into them while I was doing a bit of shopping at the Esplanade, and I thought take the chance that I'm given as soon as I have it. Well, I see. I hope you are all well. how things have been these last couple weeks? I haven't seen you guys.
Oh, good.
And you?
Yeah, we've had some
goods.
Yeah.
Around.
We've had some adventures.
Yeah. Yes. Oh. Well. Okay. Let me introduce. Alessia. This is the kind of the team. That I was talking to you about that helped us out in Portamale. Recently, and capable of fantastic people. This is Summer. When it's Summer, this is Toby. This is Lucius. Solero. And we have Mortal. That's Chavo.
Memory.
That's I don't think the little
Sue.
dragon boy. I guess they refer to him as Sue. But
Boy named Sue.
Yes. Well, gang, this is Alessia Lapidus. She is the Marquis of Portamale here.
Oh.
Yes.
It's wonderful to meet you.
And gets her self-centered and presentable and yes, yes, I'm Alessia. It was wonderful to meet you. Hopefully, I hear good things from my friend Darren here, and he says that you are dependable and do a lot of good work. We have a lot going on here in Portamale, and it's always good to have good, dependable people around.
That's us. Dependable.
Mostly get the job done.
Except for when it involves siege weaponry.
Yeah, that was old Betty. You remember old Betty, right, Alicia? Yes. I'm surprised you. I was surprised when you told me you actually tried to use it. It was what was around, and
it was used. I'll tell you that much.
I almost wish I would have been there. That would have been a sight to see. So Alessia, they would be wonderful people to help you with that issue that you were discussing with me.
What issue?
Well, so we have a lot of issues here in Portamale, a lot of big things. We've basically become one of the hotbeds for a crime syndicate known as the Myriad, to the point where many people believe they run this town. And we've been having to do a lot of things as far as shutting them down or finding ways to shut down some of their operations. So decentralized. So that's where
what do they do?
Well, I mean, name criminal activity, and somebody connected to the Myriad has a corner of it. Everything from gambling to illicit trade to bootlegging to all kinds of guns for hire, swords for hire.
Master of Disguise over here is thinking they sound like fun. No,
but
organized crime.
Yeah. Well, obviously that is our responsibility. But one of the things that puts us in a position of a lot of certain issues we need to look out for additional help for that might not be the revelry. or the Myriad, some of the other, I don't want to say smaller jobs, but some of the other less connected to that bigger issue jobs you might need to get some help with. We were hoping somebody. I was asking Darren for advice or who you think might be able to help, but there have been some disappearances around one of our older establishments, one of our older bars and pubs, further into the in the forget the names of these places. Over deep in the beaded alley, there's a bar that named the get it open here. There's a place named that. The Frightened Flower. There's been some reports of some disappearances around there, centered around the Frightened Flower, and well, we're hoping somebody would at least be able to go check it out. We don't have a lot of like bureaucracy and all that. I don't get a lot to be able to be allotted for compensation for these missions, but it would net you a couple hundred gold pieces. But it would be a huge help to the city, and if you can go and take a look at it. But that would be something that once you have some more information, you can see me at my headquarters, and she kind of describes where her headquarters is. I'll try to remember where they would be later. But yeah, but that would be a wonderful, a huge help for us. Yes, they'll definitely consider it. Darren knows a couple times, and I'll definitely consider
He's speaking for us
a little bit, and like, so just get back to your job. We'll discuss about taking care of that for you. Yes, wonderful. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for wonderful meeting you all. Let's get back to my duties. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. And thank you, Darren. I needed to hear. I need to hear that. Of course, it was. Yeah, it's what I'm here for. That's what friends are for. And I was like, yes, wonderful. And Darren watches her walk away. Like, okay.
checking out her butt.
No. He's just like, I won't make a roll for an insight, but you can definitely see he's just keeping an eye, making sure she's kind of without earshot.
Alexa, tell us a joke.
Alexa, tell us a joke.
What did people do before sandpaper was invented? They just roughed it.
Yeah. Yes.
Fucking Jeff.
You wanted it. You asked for it.
Brett asked for it.
Yes.
I did no such thing.
Yes. Well, yeah. Yeah, he kind of like makes sure she's without earshot. Okay. Let me ask y'all something real quick. Where were y'all? Where were y'all in that?
Just doing some errands.
Okay. I'll take that answer. I really don't actually want to know. So what I've been talking with Alessia is that she heard that she recently, upon dealing with all of these issues, a couple weeks back, one of her chief celestial officers, get the name properly. One of her chief celestial officers, Vorskir, her officer's Lieutenant Commander Vorskir Larth, went missing. Apparently, going on a mission to capture a wanted pirate of the revelry. Kind of went against the wishes of a lot of the celestial forces. Hired some cell swords, but he went missing, and then they weren't sure where he was, and then just recently, he ended up being found naked on the island of Rumblecusp. And luckily, there's people living there now, so somebody was able to discover and send out a sending spell out to the closed Concord. So they're going out there to retrieve him. And all I know is that the people that were out, that boated him out there, described the ship with a name and a description not too dissimilar to the ship I saw you guys get on. I trust you guys. I trust you. I know that you guys are gonna ultimately you will generally be doing the right thing for the right reasons, even those reasons are your own. So I know I know I can trust you guys. I'm only saying that, and I definitely made sure she didn't know who was on that ship or what the name of the ship was. I didn't say anything. I just listened, and nobody knows exactly who was on that ship. They couldn't tell, so nobody knows who was there. So, but I can tell you that maybe doing an occasional good chore for her and for Port Damali might be just a good thing to do right now.
That seems like an
offer we can't refuse.
It
seems like a good idea. Just good general good practices. When somebody asks you for help, you help them.
Yes.
And when there's
Especially
a ship that has a pseudo dragon and a goat on it, there's probably not two of those.
Yes.
So,
whatever happened. I know that you guys were. I could trust you guys.
Write up new rules of engagement for like shooting simple short people on boats.
That is Volskir is a hothead, and the fact that he hired those the mercenaries to lead out that expedition, he's going to get.
I'm not one that's going to like have to talk about stand your ground laws in maritime situations, but I believe that we were like well within our.
Yes.
Whoever those were.
Yes.
We believe that.
Yeah. And I
hypothetically,
allegedly,
and I agree. If I remember what they spoke of and a few of the things that happened earlier on, I agree. Sometimes, especially Voskir, can be.
Yes, Toby Underborough is not a known criminal, so let's keep it that way.
Not a known criminal.
That's right, not a known criminal. That's operative word there.
Yes.
You don't have flyers posted around the city with your face on.
Well, I mean,
if you want to dig a hole, I have Move Earth.
Yes.
I'll go a lot faster.
You kind of like just like it's like chuckles. It's like yes. the key thing is I want to make sure I trust you guys, and I want to make sure all of the people that trust me trust you guys.
We would be happy to help,
Yes.
and we are especially good at investigating bars.
Yes. Yes. Ah.
So spitting.
And then Berlin kind of chimes in. I actually have an acolyte. Back in the Sunfall Assembly. That was talking about that bar. She had some concerns that she was going to. She was asking me for some advice on who to help with that, and at least she probably has a little bit of information. If you want to come back with me to the sanctuary, we can walk and talk together some more.
Well, sure.
Sure.
I'd be willing to go to the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Dish Berlin.
The Sunfall Sanctuary. Yes. Yes. So this is before I'll tell you on the way. Thank you, Darino. We might stop. I'll definitely stop by and see you again. Yes. Thank you guys. It was lovely to see you. Hopefully, I see you a lot before I set sail later in the afternoon. But either way, take care of yourself, please.
Indeed. You too.
All right. We'll see ya.
You kind of you set off, and Perlin starts up again. It's like, yes. One of our acolytes, one of our very diligent acolytes, Kessia, was saying something about the frightened flower, and she was there was a concern that she had. She didn't quite know if she was comfortable vocalizing it, and she was starting to tell me about it, but she wasn't sure if I wasn't sure. It's like she seemed like unsure if anybody would believe her concerns, at least from what I can read from her face and what I remember. But she started to talk about it and then kind of like said, "No, it's fine. I'll just get back to my studies." And I wanted to push further when she asked me about it last night, but I did. I wanted to let her tell me about it later, but it seemed to concern her. So now that I hear about this, and hopefully we can at least help her out a little bit and help find out what might be happening there. So as you guys walk along, it kind of like it takes you up and guides you up to the crescents, which honestly from I know about y'all, I don't think anybody's been to the crescents, and it is very aristocratic for Tamale. Big ostentatious buildings.
Is that the inner peanut?
Yeah, the inner peanut. So
okay.
It is where them rich folk live. You get big estates with massive courtyards. Further continuation of the multicolored stone roadways are even wider. There's guards at every post at every home. And it is people are strolling about very well dressed and nose up in the air, and you see some very well-to-do folk, and you get to this you get to walk over to an area in the crescents, see this beautiful temple with made of stone. Has a nice height to it. And it is. Let me kind of get a little bit more. You see very familiar in you see like stained glass windows, very familiar drawings, and you definitely see both and like in the stone of the walkway above, like before the entrance, and in a couple of the stained glass windows, you see the kind of the sun like drawing with the circular with the pointed extensions of the Dawn Father. Like it is the symbol of the Dawn Father. You Summer, you know it well. It's on your ankle. It's that same symbol. You know the Dawn Father well. And you see people of the cloth there, people wearing silver outfits, the cleric's garb. You do see a couple like clerics and paladins in like silver and gold armor. You see you walk in and out, and you walk in there, and it's a beautiful building. A bunch of seating. It's just the inside of a beautiful temple, and you walk in, and it is with all the same like decorations, like this like entrance area, and you kind of like you can see like a couple like big like double doors that open out occasionally onto like a big worship area in the center. And you follow him to like the right, to like a doorway that leads a stair upwards to kind of like some living quarters areas for the clergy, or for the clerics and and leaders there. Like what is it? What do you guys think? There's a Sunfall Sanctuary.
Lovely.
It's beautiful.
Yes. Summer, I hope that this will start to become a new home for you as well. If you spend more time here in Port Damali.
Okay. Yeah, if they let a ruffian like me into a fancy place like this, okay, sure, I'll take it.
Of course, Pelor welcomes you with kindness, compassion. You know that. So this is your home, as it is the home of Pelor. You need a place to train, and a place to be, and a place to meditate on his teachings. So, here. Ah, yes. Here's Kessia. It's like Kessia is starts to walk into the room, and it's like a slightly taller human woman with kind of like curly black hair, and like a light complexion with a little bit of like redding around her T-zone. She mostly spends her time indoors, and she's like, yes, Burden, hello there, welcome to the Sunfall Sanctuary. Yes, Cassia, this is our friends of mine that helped me out over in Palmaflora with and helped us out there and helped save the town essentially. This is
that's us.
Yeah, she walks in. She one by one once again introduces you all, like Summer, Toby, like Lucius.
Lucius.
He does that same as Darno did. And I said, well, nice to meet you. My name is Cassia. Wonder, well, if you ever need anything from the teachings of Pelor, we are here. Why did you bring them? Okay. Berlin kind of chimes in. Well, remember when you were talking about that issue with the your concerns over the frightened flower? I mean that's yes, yes. Well, I was hoping that we were gonna talk to them, and I just happened to run into them, and they usually help out with investigating these things, especially like um big mysteries, especially when there's big issues like this. And we just found out that there were disappearances happening around on there, and well, I was hoping to have them talk to you about what you were concerned with that. Well, all right then. I think there might be demons there. I know it sounds crazy, but I think it's being run by demons.
What would make you say that?
Well,
or think that?
I've gotten strange. Well, we got the reports of people missing, and I've gotten a few personal readings around that area, with a couple of spells. With me trying to detect evil entities, and well, I got. Let me introduce you to someone. Let's go down to the cathedral, and I think she's still down there. If you'd like to join.
Okay.
Kind of like guides you down, and then she kind of introduces you to a human woman, sitting at one of the pews. It's like, Minetta, I was hoping to introduce you to a group of people that they say might be able to help you out with your issue. She kind of walks up. She kind of stands up from the pew, and she's a darker skin, human woman with pretty thick, nice black hair, and like a nice like a more flowing hairdo, more flowing, like not rounded off, but like just like flowing down, but like a thicker, like super curly, tangled up. Very, very strong impression. Very tough exterior. You can tell, and definitely somebody you can you might have seen bartend. Somebody you would imagine bartends a tougher bar. Yeah.
I think I've met this woman in real life.
Yes.
It reminds me of a coworker I had who was a bartender. She was very very strong.
Yeah. She's in but she's like, well, are you sure? Do they look like they believe you? I'm like, well, they'll listen to me. So I figured that was close enough. Well, yeah, I'm sure Cassia told you about those demons The Frightened Flower. That's my bar that they're occupying right now. That's my bar. They've got some something pretending to be me. And then push me out. I don't know what they're doing in there. I would love to know what they're doing in there. But if nothing else, I want my bar back.
So someone is impersonating you at your own bar.
And no matter what I do, no matter who I talk to, nobody believes of anything is wrong. If you, Here, if you can help me.
No lemon these bars.
I mean, other than we have lemon slices for our cocktails, you know.
For days.
This weird indoor fruit tree.
If you guys would be willing to help, you can get these people out there and help me reclaim my bar. I can offer you 500 gold pieces.
You got it, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
It's time to go exorcise some demons.
Guess I can't say no.
We need an old mortal and a young mortal.
Alright, so the Frightened Flower, I don't know if you've ever been there, and she asked that you guys have never been to. You guys have never really been up to the bearded alley, the beaded alley. Not bearded alley, beaded alley, bearded alley. That's a different place. The beaded
like
alley.
the red light
bearded
district.
alley.
It's the red light district, but just gay bears are there.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fantastic. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Just saying, guys that won't be with me, Petey, and Curly. That's just what it is.
That sounds like good people. The beaded alley, and well, it's my bar. I've put in a lot of time, blood, sweat, and tears in making that place work. It's in the beaded alley. It's closer to the east. It's closer to the west, the west end of the beaded alley. It's hard to miss. It's the only place that's built around a tree. We built it around this beautiful tree that we wanted to land, but we didn't want to cut down this tree that was there, that had been there for ages. And I imagine it had, who knows how many stories to tell, and how many lifetimes it's seen. So we figure, make it part of the bar. So we built it around. We built a tower around the bar, around the tree, and it's been my bar ever since.
Cool. It sounds delightful.
It's not a lemon tree by any chance, is it?
No, it is.
Okay.
It is a giant.
That's a relief.
It is a giant oak tree. I think it's like an oak tree that they mentioned here. Yeah. It's like what's it kind for? Yeah, it is like
Imagining like the giant oak tree right outside our yard here.
It's like a 20-foot wide trunk, and it's like
That's a lot bigger.
yeah, that's a big tree.
a big old tree. It is a beautiful, massive, and it is.
It's like wider than this room. Wow.
We built it around there. It is. It's a 4-story. It's a 4-story tower made of stone around a hulking tree. And it's been my life's work. So if you can bring it back to me.
We'll certainly try our best.
And kind of like
Hope
if
we
she
don't
stops,
turn into demons.
if she stops in there, and she was like, she kind of like just thinking about that, like kind of like you see emotion kind of come to her face. Like, yes, that would be wonderful. Oh, if you can help them out. Yes, yes. And Berlin type. Yes, they are. They are very capable adventurers. And they can. I believe in their ability to be able to help them out. Help you out. Well, thank you so much. And if be safe, and if you can find out what the that bitch is doing in there, and what her plan is, or its plan is, I would love to know. Love to know why. Why me?
So get out your big magnifying glass. We got a mystery to solve, gang.
Mm-hmm. And as you get yourself ready to open the page of this book, as I was looking for information, to find out what's going on in the Frightened Flower. That'll be where we call it for this evening. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Thank y'all for hanging out with this this adventure for today. We're finally starting to get set up for the next adventure. We'll have I'll go ahead and link the person for whom the adventure is to be credited in the show notes. I just don't want to spoil it, and I don't want to go through the whole rigmarole of what the adventure is called and what name and things like that. But I'll just say it's Dungeon Master Dave, another Dungeon Master Dave adventure from our most recent. It's actually in the Broadsword Monthly. You can find it there. We also have it available. We're also going to be doing it on the Roll20. They have it set up there. So look forward to that. We're going to get into that next week. But that'll be next week. And this is this week.
Heck yeah.
Patrick's at the swagger.
Yes, he is. Yeah. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Thank y'all for messing with us. Be sure to check out the show at thetomes.com. I'm a little behind on posting up episodes there. I don't know why. I'm unemployed. I should have plenty of time, but things happen. But I'll try to get things uploaded as soon as I can, and have them available on new episodes. Yeah, check out all the links in the show notes for all the places to check out really cool stuff, and all really cool resources to do your own Dungeons and Dragons adventures, because it's easy and fun. We all should play tabletop RPGs, Dungeons and Dragons, and beyond. It is fun to do, and it's fun to even DM. So please do the things. Also, be sure to check out our fundraiser for our ongoing fundraiser for Able Gamers Charity as part of Spawn Together, with the fantastic Steven Spawn. He doesn't know who you are, but he's still fantastic. We're doing our own little part as we can. If you'd like to donate, you can go to yolo420.com/rebellyspawn. If you donate during D&D, we got a couple of incentives, including $20 for naming an NPC. We still have yet to meet Danklin Nuggins, but we look forward to it. You can also initiate a dance party, which is just if you are crazy enough to donate $50, or not crazy, if you're wonderful enough to donate $50 to Able Gamers charity, we will do a dance party. I still have to get the music ready, but I will figure it out. But yeah, that will be part of that. So be sure to check that out. YOLO420.com/RebellySpawn. But yeah, follow us all at our places. Like, share, check out the schedule at Rebelly TV for all of our other streams, including this, Record Breakers on Wednesdays, Space Trucking on Thursdays, our PD Plays playthrough series on Fridays, which this week we're starting a new game. I tried Tales of the Elements, was interesting, a nice, fun, cool, personal project. So it was a nice little playthrough. Not a lot there, but I think it's worth checking out, and definitely gonna check out the album. But I'm gonna start a new playthrough, inspired by a certain major YouTube channel that started a playthrough, and I'm just gonna do the game they played and just go from there, just get ahead of them, and do it myself, because it's better watching them play it. I'm gonna start Danganronpa. I'm gonna start with Danganronpa. Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. Not a blind playthrough, because I kind of know that one, but I kind of want to go through that one, enjoy that game. Kind of, you can watch, and I won't spoil it. As we watch, and you can watch the adventure together, and then I will go to part 2 and part 3, and so on, depending on how excited I am at the end of it. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. That'll be that. Check out the schedule. I'll also post it on Mondays. Do all things. Until next time, hasta los huevos.
Toodaloo.
Bye.
Hashtag find Luke.
Bye-bye.
Ding dong, bing bong.
Did it.
Mm.